What's going on, everybody? John here, and back for another video. So today I'm actually making sort of a response video, but not a direct response. I'm actually wanting to talk about what I've seen other people's responses be to some, non-vegan things that have come up and whatnot. And it's something that's been kind of bothering me for about a week or two. Recently, there was somebody who, claimed to be a vegan, big following, not even going to mention names, but they bought a dog from a breeder, claimed ignorance, whatever, I don't know. But I'd never followed that person or, watched any of their videos or anything, have no idea who that person was. But then I did see some response videos, a lot of vegans calling her out saying, hey, that's not cool, like, you can't do that, that's not vegan. And then some other people saying like, hey, it's okay, people make mistakes and you should just move on and make sure that you don't do it again. And it's interesting whenever I see such polarity in the, with other vegans, when I see that somebody does something like obvious. I mean, you can claim that you didn't know that that was a problem, but I mean, come on, it's obvious that buying from breeders is a non-vegan thing to do, and hey, they admitted to it, whatever, I'm not here to even talk about that individual or that process really, but it's just funny to me when somebody does something that's so obviously non-vegan and then you have vegan people and, their friends or whatever just trying to basically defend them or say that, hey, this person is sorry and is moving on. And I mean, yeah, you know what? People, especially early on as a vegan, you might mess up because you buy something you don't realize a certain ingredient comes from an animal, or you might not understand the indirect impact of buying something or whatever. And it really does come down to understanding supply and demand and understanding what some of these weird kind of fringe ingredients are. So there's a little bit of research for sure, required as a new vegan. But if you're somebody who is, has had some success and has built up some sort of a following, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people watching your Instagram, your YouTube, whatever it is that you have, I mean, clearly that buying from breeders is wrong. It's not vegan. You're creating life and you're supporting a profiteering, a profit margin off of an animal's life. So it's really hard to defend that. So I'm not going to actually, call anybody out specifically who has defended that action, but it's interesting because I've seen it before in so many different things where you'll see people defending people who go back to eating animals, oh, well, it's okay, what, they're a nice person, they're just I believe they have a good heart, they're just trying to figure something out. Well, yeah, you know what, we all have our issues, we're all trying to figure shit out, but intentionally harming animals or breeding them into existence or paying for that supply and demand of being bred into existence, that's not figuring anything out. I mean, that's doing something completely selfish, and it's obvious what the repercussions are of that. I mean, you'd have to be very oblivious to how things work and what's going on, you know what I mean? So anyway, I just kind of wanted to put that out there. It's something that's been weighing on my mind for a little while now. It's unfortunate when you see that. It's not surprising when you see people who are popular within the so-called vegan community that do something kind of just completely idiotic like that, because it's happened so many times. I mean, there's other very popular, we'll call them plant-based YouTubers or Instagram folks who've done stupid things before, and they've teamed up with clothing lines that sell leather or fur or whatever it is. And again, I'm not going to mention any names. I don't think there's any point. I don't want to create any drama with this video. It's just really interesting when I see that and I see it repeat itself over and over again, because really we need to be very clear. I mean, we can argue some of these kind of fringe things, and no, it doesn't mean we should completely alienate or absolutely hate somebody for doing something. But we do need to stand up and defend the animals, because our entire goal is to create a vegan world, or at least to, reduce the animal suffering that's happening. So if we don't make it very clear that we are against these things, and we kind of act a little bit apologetic when somebody does these things because we kind of know them, maybe they're friends or something. You know, it's not like you have to make a video or something calling them out, but it sucks to see people actually going out of their way to defend people. You know, to go out of their way to create a video to say, hey, you know, this person bought from a breeder, but hey, I believe them, they're a good person, and now they move on and it's all good. It's not all good, because we need to be setting an example for non-vegans. We need to be making it very clear what is acceptable and unacceptable behavior. And, you know, I'm sorry, I know that we're just a very small minority of the world right now, but we're never going to continue to grow and get to that tipping point in society if it's not really defined. And I know we live in an age where like labels and stuff is very kind of faux pas, but sometimes there just needs to be some definition, and there needs to be a line drawn, there needs to be a label on it, and you can't like pretend that veganism is something that it isn't. You can't, you know, include things that cause obvious harm or exploitation to animals and just pretend to still be vegan. You either are or you aren't. And so I guess we're never going to end those people who just like go out of their way to do something dumb and then be like, oh, I'm so sorry. That's going to continue to happen. I mean, that's just the reality of it. But we definitely shouldn't be creating content to defend those people when it does happen. You know, you can either just step back and stay silent because they're your friend, or you can, you know, call them out on it, because really that's the only way that we're going to prove to the non-vegans of the world that we're serious about this, is to not coddle those who just do something intentional to harm animals. So anyway, that's kind of my little rant on that. Don't want to create drama, just needed to comment on it that I've seen a little bit. And yeah, so it's a beautiful day. We're going to go for a walk and just kind of continue my day, and I'll call people out if they do dumb shit like that, or at least you know, stay out of the fold and not be apologetic about it. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this. How do you react if one of your friends or someone that you're connected with in the vegan community does something obviously non-vegan? And yeah, just thought I'd make that video today. So thanks very much for watching. Appreciate all the support. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the bell, of course, so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And until next time, guys, peace.